Good afternoon. This is Wendy Gaylor with the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce, President and CEO, coming at you today on Chamber Vibes Podcast. We are excited to continue our program talking about then and now COVID and how businesses have struggled and how they are overcoming what they have, all the challenges, what's been coming at them for financial assistance that's needed, and what do they need to do with their business plan, and how do they need to swivel or change it up a little bit to make sure that their business continues to thrive, not just survive, but they continue to really bring it what their business needs. And we are here today talking with an expert in her field, the Stephanie Keener, Executive Director with the Small Business Development Center. And we are just thrilled to have her. I mean, we don't get VIPs that much. And so we're excited that she has come down to talk to us today about what's going on with businesses and how they've been able to help them to actually thrive again. And so she's been with the Small Business Development Center for 3 years and 3 years in her position of executive director and over 7 years with SBDC. So she was prior with Lynchburg Main Street program. And then prior to that, she was at the Blowing Rock Chamber, and she was events manager and she did an art show that had been established there for 50 years plus. And so later I've got to talk to her about art and art shows. That's thrilling. So, but we got her today, and I'm excited to glean from her, get the knowledge, and really provide it to our businesses of how they can best help your business. But first, we want to get to know Stephanie. Welcome, Stephanie.
Thanks for having me, Wendy.
And we are excited. We always like to find out more about our guests, our special guests, and find out more about you. And I said, especially about interesting people like yourself and movers and shakers. And I want to know, what is your favorite hobby or special interest? What would they find interesting?
Yeah, so we have had giggles about this already because last year I was outed on the front page of the News in Advance as being a big Star Wars nerd. So people definitely ask me about that sometimes.
I love that about you. We were laughing about this, but yet I said, that is so wonderful. And I know not very much about Star Wars, but I love it. And I love to find out more. And people that really dive into that, I really want to find out more from you. So after this, we'll talk more. But what else would their listeners find or be surprised, I guess, more about you?
Well, I think one of the things that a lot of people don't know about me is that my master's degree is in Appalachian Studies. So a big part of my focus as I'm serving the region is really for our rural communities and how those communities are really impacted by their small businesses, how they are integrated into the economy. I think about rural issues a lot. So, I think people think of us as big city folk over there in Lynchburg, but, it's really about our rural ring and how we can support the businesses out there as well.
That is wonderful. And people would like to know that too, that's where you really glean from that. So what else, something else you were telling me about that someone is graduating?
Oh, yes. I have a 22-year-old, almost in about a month, son, and he's graduating from Syracuse University in about a month.
That's coming up.
Yes.
Very fast.
Too fast, moving off to the big city, the real big city.
Right. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So what is your favorite part about your job?
Oh, I love being at the SBDC because we get to learn about so many different kinds of businesses. We get to meet all the experts on all the things, right? So one day we'll be talking to somebody about their auto mechanic shop, and then the next day we're talking about donuts, and then we go to sustainability consulting and all kinds of really wonderful things. So I love being constantly surprised by the diversity of businesses that we have in the community and just how many just incredibly smart and talented people that are in our region.
Absolutely. I concur with that wholeheartedly. We are so blessed to have such knowledge. And, you definitely have the broad spectrum focus, but it's so exciting, like you say, every single day is a new day, and you can help new businesses all the time. So, talking, keeping our focus on then and now COVID, what is your focus as an organization? What was it prior to COVID, and what is it now?
So, and we've always been this, we haven't really, this part of us hasn't really swiveled, but I think it's really been strengthened during COVID. The SBDC we're one of 29 SBDCs across the Commonwealth. Our headquarters are at George Mason University, but we're really the community face of the Small Business Administration. So if you need assistance for your business and connectivity there, we've always been that organization that can do that for you. But I think that before COVID, people really thought of SBDCs as the place that you go to start your business, where you get that advice about how to write the business plan. But after this, I think we've come to be seen really as that connective tissue between the community and a big federal organization like the SBA. People know they can come to us and get those answers, understand more about the programs that are offered, and really how that assistance can come directly to them.
Absolutely. And so that's more so now. And so let's really, dive into that about the services that you offer and talk about that connectivity to SBA programs, like your focus now. And those would be like PPP and EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan, Restaurant Revitalization. Well, I can't even talk today. That's a tongue twister. Restaurant revitalization.
Yeah, so the SBA has, and first of all, I'll just go ahead and apologize now for the alphabet soup that's about to come out of my mouth. It's a symptom of working, with a federal program. We use initials. We have too many words. So last year, the CARES Act was passed, and that introduced a brand new, for the first time ever, loan program that was targeted at small businesses for this sort of emergency period of recovery. That's the program that we call the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program. And that program stood alongside the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, the EIDL or EIDL loan. For a while, those were the two programs that our businesses were really depending on, and probably most of the listeners, I hope, have applied for that PPP and have received at least a first round and maybe in their second round for PPP, and that they were able to get that forgiven. So that was also a really historic moment that, you were able to apply for a loan and get it forgiven by the federal government. It's something that you didn't have to pay back if you used it the right way.
And they've extended that, correct?
That's right. So the PPP is now open through May 31. I had to go through my mind with 30 days, half September, April, June. Yeah,
sure,
May 31.
I do that too. Yes. Yeah, and it was so great that they did that, so that businesses could reapply.
They could reapply. They could reapply for that second draw. One of the things I want to make really clear is that with the re-up of the PPP and the new programs that have been developed through the latest plan, the American Revitalization Plan, that money can be applied for by sole proprietors. So that's folks who may just be working on their own. They may not have an LLC registered. If you are a sole proprietor, you can apply for those funds if you suffered a loss because of COVID, if you suffered a financial loss to your business because of COVID. So those are folks like, let's say you, are a consultant, or maybe you have
like
just a salon, a small business, right? Or you work as at a salon, not as an employee, but as a 1099, right? You're a sole proprietor. You should be applying for a PPP in that situation. If somebody, say, maybe who's not super informed at your lender or something like that, if somebody says that you can't apply, please let me know. We'll talk that through. We'll try to find somebody who's, has a better ability to work with sole proprietors to go through that process.
Yeah, and is there a certain percent loss that you would need to make sure? I was thinking it was 20.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to double check. See, that's why we have our cheat sheet, because there's a couple of different things.
Well, and there's so many different loans out there, and they all have different parameters. So
So we've been studying up on the Restaurant Revitalization Fund lately, or the RRF, and that has certain parameters as well. But yeah, you have to have suffered at least a 20% loss, and you'll need your 2019 taxes and your 2020 taxes in order to, show that.
And, I want to just make sure that businesses understand that it really is not a hard process.
No. Oh my gosh.
It's not very lengthy either.
The form is so short. I can send you a sample of that if you want to email me. It's skeener@lynchburgregion.org. It is a page and a half maximum. And you can have it filled out. If you have your taxes and things together, you can have it filled out pretty quickly. And it will, you'll know if you're eligible or not just by filling it out, really.
Sure, because it'll tell you. And then
it'll do the math for you. It helps you do the math.
Which is so very advantageous. And, the other part of that is most of the time, if you have your taxes paid up, that is key. Mm-hmm. Then you should be eligible as long as you can prove the 20% loss.
Yep, you have to have that loss. You're not eligible if we actually have some businesses that have, really thrived during the COVID period, which has been pretty impressive. But, certain kinds of businesses they did more business. We think of grocery stores and
right, absolutely
have had a different experience from restaurants and theaters.
Absolutely, yeah. There's been several, but the good thing is they probably don't need it. So, but the businesses that do, it is out there, and certainly you need to apply because it is a simple process, and it makes sure that you are getting your people paid.
Yeah,
your employees paid.
I want to stress, we use the word grant kind of loosely here. It's not a grant; it's a loan. You will be expected to pay it back if you do not meet the standards of forgivability. So
yes, and keeping good records.
At a 1% interest rate. So keep good records. Keep it in a separate account. If you're going to use it for payroll, use it all for payroll, and then it's all forgiven. So
that's right.
That's what it's there for. It's like the EIDL, right? The EIDL is a wonderfully simple loan to apply for. You apply for that one directly at the SBA. That one's going to be open through the end of the year. It has a 3.75% interest rate. It is a loan, but you can use it to pay those bills and replace those things that you would have had the revenue to pay for had the disaster not occurred. But you can't use that loan for, a new capital project or something like that. It's there to replace what you would have had we not had COVID happen.
Right. And does that include, the PPE that your business would need, those type of things, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So keeping good records, keep your receipts. So talk a little bit about, if you wouldn't mind, restaurant revitalization.
Yeah. So the Restaurant Revitalization Fund is a new program that is going to be opening soon. We hope in the next couple of weeks. So if you haven't signed up for news alerts from the SBA, I encourage you to do that at sba.gov. You can also sign up for our newsletter or follow us on social media to get information like that. We're SBDC Lynchburg Region on all the socials. But if you're a restaurant, a food stand, a food truck, a caterer, a a bar. We don't really have bars here, but snack, a snack bar, bakeries, wineries, brew pubs, distilleries, inns. All of those folks are eligible for what's called the RRF, the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. That application is going to be at sba.gov, and you can go ahead and go there now and get a look at that information. So
this is exciting and well needed.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the restaurants really have had a tough time during COVID, and we want to support them. They're really, our restaurants are a huge part of our communities, and it's something that we need to support and make sure that piece of culture, just like, there's another grant fund out there, the Shuttered Venues Operator Grant, which is for live performing venues, museums, and those kinds of cultural entities. That's a little bit more narrowly defined, but those cultural pieces are things that have really been hit so hard, in our inability just to be together in a room. Right.
Exactly.
So we need to support those
we
programs.
do. Support local, and community support is what it's all about. Do what you can do individually to help these businesses. And certainly I do my part supporting restaurants. I love them. So eat out queen. But, I certainly want to support our local businesses right here because they do need it, and they need this capital, and they need this funding. So we were happy to give them that information. And if anyone wants to do a one-on-one session, right, they can.
That's absolutely correct. Our advising is always free and confidential. You don't have to be a member of anything. We're co-located with the Lynchburg Regional Business Alliance. You can, get in touch with the front desk there. You can go to our website at sbdclynchburgregion.org. You can go to the Virginia SBDC at virginiaSBDC.org and find us. You can also find a ton of training either at our website or at virginiaSBDC.org. And here's a pro tip that I think a lot of people miss. All of our training, including our most recent one, which is about the Restaurant Revitalization Fund, is available on the Virginia SBDC YouTube channel. So if you just go to YouTube and search Virginia SBDC, you'll find it. We have a Lynchburg-specific YouTube channel that has a couple of really great things on it as well that you could find. For example, we have a PPP video in Vietnamese. We have a large Vietnamese community, and we found that we needed information in that language, so we added that as a service as well.
That's wonderful. I didn't realize that. That's great. Well, so I wanted to make sure that we covered our exciting, wonderful program that's going to be timely offered through you guys. And let's talk about that for a minute and the new name, which I'm so excited about. We talked about this for Business Game Plan. Renew and recover your business plan. And we're going to start that in late July. And it's going to be offered on Thursdays at 6 p.m. And that, again, late July. So you'll have time to sign up. And I think we had talked about doing it like 3 sessions, and then we'll have a break, and then another 3, and then ending with another 3 sessions.
Yeah,
so.
It's a 9-week program that two of our counselors, 2 of our mentor advisors that work with the SBDC Lynchburg region have developed. And one is Jamie Reynolds, who a lot of folks know is a local financial advisor for small businesses, and Cody Cyrus, who is a local business owner. She has been working with us as a mentor for a couple of years. She owns a welding company with her husband, Cody.
Cool.
And they are just a wealth of knowledge and information. I'm really excited about this program. And we've broken it up into sort of 3 parts. So we'll have 3 weeks that really focus on the challenges. The first 3 weeks will really focus on challenges, testing those hypotheses that you have about your business, and what your market is. And then the second 3 weeks will be really focused on that financial plan. So you can really dig down in there, think about revenue, and how you might want to think about accessing additional capital now, thinking about those legal compliance that you may need to be, thinking about. And then finally, they'll finish up with how you access mentoring and advising, growing your team if you're ready to do that, and gearing up for growing. This is a game
so
plan
exciting.
for growth.
It is a game plan for growth. And, we've had programs that focus on new business, and there's a lot of those. We just had a wonderful one with Gauntlet. They'll graduate in May, end of May. And so we wanted to hold off to offer this after that, because this is for businesses that have been established, that need the help. They need to recover, they need to stabilize, and now they want to grow. And so this program is going to do just that. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you guys are doing it. And, if you are a business out there, doesn't matter what type, we want you in this program. There's going to be so much to glean, and you will not want to miss it. So we'll keep you informed, and Stephanie will come back and we'll kind of launch this late July. So just be on the lookout for more information. But we're so excited to help your business start to grow and thrive again. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for all that you do every single day to help our businesses. And we'll look forward to doing more with you in the future.
Absolutely. I will always come back and have a chat about our businesses in the region. I love them, and I love talking about them.
And they all need you. So thank you.
Well, we will talk again soon.
Sounds great. Thanks again, and have a wonderful day.
You too.